Hi, I'm Sumit Lakhotia and you're watching Supertech Presents Real Estate TV. First, a look at this week's news and interesting updates on the real estate sector. The Burj Khalifa's record as the world's tallest building is well known to everyone. Not so well known is its connection with India. Indians own the most number of apartments in the building, which has more than 160 stories and a height of over 828 meters. India ranks 16th on the list of nations with the most ultra-high net worth people, a 2014 report by Capgemini and RBC Wealth Management said. In a report released by the Dubai government, Land Department stated that Indians now are the largest non-Arab investors in Dubai real estate in terms of value and volumes. Addressing the Maharashtra Legislative Assembly last week, Prakash Mehta, Minister for State Housing, stated that the government proposes to construct 5.5 lakh affordable houses in Mumbai and about 11 lakh affordable houses in the Mumbai metropolitan region. Out of the total, 50% of the houses will be completed in the next 5 years. The state government will also modify the existing master plan to rehabilitate slums in the island city by preparing Annexure 2. Developers will be appointed through an e-tendering process. Mr. Mehta, while replying to the debate on department-wise budgetary demands last week, said that the issue of old dilapidated cessed buildings in the island city, which has been pending for years, needed to be resolved. The State Housing Department has decided to come out with a policy for redevelopment of all such buildings in a time-bound manner by offering additional FSI. The minister also stated that the redevelopment projects by MHADA, or the Maharashtra Housing and Area Development Authority, will be monitored to ensure the completion of the projects. In what is believed to be one of the biggest realty project finance transactions in recent time, Piramal Fund Management has sanctioned 1,200 crore rupees in financing for a high-end residential project being developed by Omkar Realtors in Mumbai. Of the total commitment, 400 crore rupees will be used to refinance existing lenders, while the balance 800 crore rupees has been secured against a 2080 scheme and is to be released in a staggered manner over the next 2 years as the project progresses, the company said in an official statement earlier this week. In an attempt to improve transparency, the Ghaziabad Development Authority on March 30th launched 2 online facilities that are aimed at increasing transparency and ensuring quicker pace in various works pertaining to property owners in the city. The online system for approval of house designs on individual plots would ensure that plot owners can get the layout plans of their houses prepared and sanctioned from the authority without visiting the GDA or architects. Home buyers can now also access all information regarding sanction plans of projects from the website. This apart, the GDA also launched a mobile app on Monday that would enable residents to register complaints, give suggestions and seek information from the Development Authority through their cell phones. With urban space shrinking and land becoming a scarce commodity, the only way to go is upwards. Up next, a brand new episode on technology and how it makes high-rises in India a reality. High-rise structures are a reflection of a city's ambition and economy's display of sheer might and technological excellence. With urban space shrinking, land prices rising, high-rise buildings in India are today more of a practical option than just being an ornamental icon or an attempt to ape the West.
See, India is a fastest growing economy all around the world, so does the real estate in India. But real estate happening so far in India is very conventional and very normal kind of development, where there's this matchbox living kind of development is happening.
High-rise buildings have become necessity of the day. Due to the population pressure on land, it has become extremely difficult to acquire land. So the suggestions given by NCR Planning Board and other experts that now you have to go for high-rise buildings so that in a limited space we can accommodate more and more people for their residential needs.
Project Elements in Hong Kong is a very famous project. Exactly the same thing which we thought which should come back in India.
We thought of going a step forward and where the world is going tall. Supernova is a very different and unique kind of concept, one of the first in Indian real estate.
This project, hardly 0 kilometers from Delhi, right next to the Kalindi Point.
It is a mixed use development. When we say mixed use, so there will be many uses like There'll be, of course, residential will be there, and office space will be there, retail spaces, and hotels, and so on.
We used to see it in Hong Kong, we used to see it in London. Now the people will going to see it in India, and that too in Noida.
Like Eiffel Tower in Paris or Burj Khalifa in Dubai are the icons of the city. So this development being very unique and one of the first high-rise structure in this part of the country will make it icon of the whole city.
Supernova is a 70,000 square meter plot where we'll be constructing 5 towers, and all 5 are high-rise towers, but specifically one tower by the name of Spira is 80-story high. The total height will be around about 300 meters, and this entire development is the tallest mixed land use development of the country.
We have tied up this project financially, and we got the financial closure for this project. 1,000 crore we are putting our own money into this project, and 1,000 crore we have borrowed from the consortium bank, 5 bank is there, and balance 1,000 crore is the customer contribution, the people who has booked the flat.
The whole project looks like a birthday cake where the bottom is the retail space, about as I said, 1 million square feet of retail space, then 5 towers coming out of that podium or the retail space. The one will be office tower, 2 residential tower, then our USP, which is the Spira. This is the tallest tower of the whole development. It's going to have 3 multiple uses. There will be residential apartments, service apartments or studio apartments, and a 5-star hotel, La Meridian Hotel.
The major portion of Spira will be dedicated to the commercial and the hotel. We start for the bottom. Bottom will be high-end retail. Then we will be having a Spira residences, which is a exclusive high-end luxury apartments, 3-bed, 4-bed, duplex. Then we'll be having a hotel. Hotel will be sandwiched between the residential and the observatory on the top. And we'll be having a service apartments, which we call Spira suites. They range from 400 square feet to 700 square feet, fully loaded, beautifully located.
There will be an observatory floor where people can go actually and enjoy the beautiful view of the whole city, and the project itself will be facing a largest water body of NCR, which gives a very unique view in NCR, which is hardly available to see here in this part of country.
Mixed-use high-rise is a new concept in India, and hence the layout, design and execution plan too has its own challenges. Choosing the right partners is the key to the project's success.
So execution of such a big and large, complicated project was definitely a challenge. This was something big happening for the first time in India, and of course we do not have sufficient skill and manpower available domestically to execute such a large and complex project. It took 2 whole years to actually research about the design and get the whole project designed by all different consultants, and there are more than 40 consultants and designers all together, team of 40 different companies working together to put this project together.
We didn't have enough consultants in India who had exposure to this kind of a structure, this kind of a project. So the people who have done it abroad, people who have done it everywhere in the country, in the world, we had to go there, bring them for our project.
If you load more people onto one plot, there are many provisions like parking and green open spaces, which are calculated on the basis of the area of the building. So that when the area goes up, the demand on the plot for open spaces and parking will also go on.
Public safety is prime concern, our prime concern. So we look for structural strength of the building, whether there have been adequate measures for in the foundation so that the building is earthquake resistant. Fire safety norms, we look for strict fire safety norms, and whether there are provision in the infrastructure like sewage, sewer line, water pipeline, and electricity, so that the building can be fed with these services.
It wasn't that easy to accommodate these activities inside one building. So for this we need the best of the architects, the best of the consultants, and we can say this will be the best project of the country.
So our architect was Binoy from London, who specialized in high rises and tall structures.
Indian architects, they didn't have this kind of exposure, so we had to go outside and for getting the consultants.
The world saw the speed that Dubai came out the ground, and I think that's what we experience here, and certainly enjoying the site as we see it now. And we can see that, just think that 25 months ago, where a pen on paper is quite an incredible achievement, and we are wonderfully proud as architects and designers to be involved in the creation of this development.
The structure of this tower is being done by Bureau Happel, which have done all the high rises, most of the high rises of Dubai.
Bureau Happel is our structural consultant and MEP consultant, who are designing this, who has designed the stability of the building as well as other services of the building.
We do a complete prototype model given to the specialized wind tunneling studies. So the complete building scaled to 1:200 or 1:500, passed through the wind tunnel, and we measure the wind forces at different angles.
We reach 50 degrees, almost 50 degrees in the summers. We almost reach 0 degree during winters, heaviest rainfall. And to get the building air conditioned in this type of a scenario, it's very difficult.
So usually in India, we used to have like grade of concrete 40, 50 or 60. So when we asked for high grade of concrete like 80, 85, 90, then we have started testing of concrete cubes with different suppliers, and we have succeeded in getting high grade of concrete from 80 to 90 easily on site.
Now it was a challenge, because here in India there are so many of legal regularity constraints under which we have to plan and we have to construct it.
And we hired ACC as the construction company for this project.
ACC, or Arabian Construction Company, is a dynamic and progressive organization that has grown to become a global name when it comes to high-rise buildings. Operating since 1967, many of ACC's works are today a part of the iconic structures in cities such as Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Qatar and Lebanon.
In a high-rise building, as a contractor, you have to think what will be happening at the last, and that methodology you have to put it in the beginning. You can have the best of your instrument, but ultimately it has to be operated by human. So that's the biggest challenge, because till now the exposure of a high-rise is very less here. So we find sometimes difficult to get all the requisite resources, both from the staff as well as labor. But being a high-rise company, we have the expertise, and we bring the people who are, most of our staff, they have worked in high-rise building in Dubai or other places.
High-rise structures pose particular design challenges for structural and geotechnical engineers, particularly if situated in a seismically active region.
Generally, we have a perception the higher the building, because North India, it is very high on an earthquake zone. It's zone 3. So how much it is safe in here? But high-rise building is specifically designed for that type of loads, including earthquake, including heavy wind and this. After the foundation is done, the design-wise, it is much more heavier than a normal building. Just to give an example, a normal building of a 30-story building, maybe the steel is 6 kg per square feet. In a high-rise building like this, it will be 14 kg per square feet. So you understand, it's double the steel. Second, the grade of concrete are very much higher. The grade of concrete here is used is 80 grade, which is very difficult to produce. You require a real expertise of concrete to produce those, not only produce, also to pump those concrete. This is a jump form system. this we use in Dubai, so we are using here. So there is no difference in terms of material. Similarly, the crane, this is coming from France. Also, we are using some Spanish formwork system for the slabs. So on the material, there is hardly any difference.
The coordination, getting the thing which has been done outside, getting it done in India, and that is the reason Supertech roped in ACC for the construction.
This is an Australian jump form system. If you see the top, that's the main elliptical, that's the core wall. It houses all the elevators and the lifts. It goes ahead, much ahead of the slabs, and is the topmost portion of the building while construction. Then the columns come. All these columns comes much later, as you can see from the sides, and the slabs are much below. The whole work is divided into different areas. So each area is a station. So people are working each area separately. It's not that one after another. All the areas are working parallelly. So that way you do faster construction.
High-rise buildings are not just a space to live or to set up an office today, but it's also a status symbol of any city, an icon to relate with.
We started the construction of this project almost a year and a half ago, and we are currently on schedule.
We can say that we have hired the best of consultants from all over the world for this project.
While researching for a brand to come along with us, because we wanted to reach a level of ultra luxury, and it was not easy without a luxurious brand to partner with us. So we thought of going to a fashion brand and asking them to design these apartments. Fashion is a thing which defines lifestyle, which defines your status. And now if that fashion can come into your home and your interiors, that will make we thought that will make a statement in somebody's life. So we thought of bringing Armani as a partner. So it almost took 2 years with them also to get the apartments designed, and now we are almost ready to officially launch the project in the market.
Since this is a very complicated project, there will be a hotel. Hotel doesn't allow anyone else. So for that, we have hired a security consultant. They are again a Dubai-based company which will be providing the security of this project. They have already given us the guidelines. So right from the entrance, as soon as the person is dropped in for the hotel, he will be straight away put in a special elevators, and he will be reaching his hotel lobby directly.
Other than the height, it has a very beautiful curves. This building will look like a spiral. That's why it's called Spira.
We want the Supernova development to read very, very strongly in the nighttime environment, but in a way that is done that is completely cohesive with the architecture. This is not about applying signage and flashing lights onto development, which is very common here. We're trying to do something of, as you say, an outstanding international quality.
High-rise will be the norm, like anywhere in Southeast Asia, like Japan or Singapore or any other places. So it will be also the norm. It's little late in North India, but it's catching up.
Now the construction is in is going on in a full way, and we have almost reached the 18th floor of the spiral level.
We'll be delivering the whole project by end of 2017, but it will start, the delivery of certain parts will start by end of 2016.
Connectivity of this project is very good. While coming from Delhi, we are the first one in Noida, and it's the prime sector of Noida, sector 94, and very much adjoining to this metro as well as the Kalindi Kunj highway.
The proposition looked very attractive to me, that it is 80-story tall building.
I have seen the similar kind of high-rise skyscrapers in New York.
Malls are there, hotels are there, and apartments are there.
Combining the food courts, the shopping complex, the PVRs, the Armani Casa, with the five-star environment, with the Nova East, Nova West, and the commercial complex, especially in Aspira, it is very exciting.
Location is very good. In fact, I had gone for this studio apartment in Spira only for location.
And if the quality and construction work is there as per the international standard, the residential community will be a par excellence.
All major cities in India, with the population boom, high-rise is only future. You don't have a place to grow upside. Plus, you require to keep the virgin ground. I mean, you can't replicate that. So only way possible is to go in a high up, and the advantage is that in a smaller place you can accommodate more people.
And people who will be living here or working here will actually enjoy the exclusivity of being part of such a iconic development.
There is no other option available will be available with developers and planners, because land is, as I said, is a scarce commodity. Land will not be available through acquisition or any other means. So we'll have to go for high-rise buildings.